Hello, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, good day. Aloha. We're just gonna wait for a couple more folks to join, and then once we get maybe 4 to 5 people in the chat or stream, that we're gonna start the stream by discussing the current banners in JP, and then we're gonna torture ourselves with Spiral 230, and then whatever else that JP has. Before we start, we have Sukuma-san and Ice-san who did the artworks we have on display. So Sukuma-san did the Gen artwork, and also Ice-san who did the Virgil artwork. So Ice-san, I sought approval for her artwork, and this is, I think, her wish to get Yukata Virgil in JP, and I hope that Isan was successful in that. But yeah, thank you, Isan, for allowing me to use your art. I'm very grateful. And also, I also put in some notes to the lower right where I usually put in the banner information, where I'm trying to campaign for the Maui Strong effort by the Hawaii Community Foundation. If you're able to donate or want to help the people in Maui who were affected by the recent bushfire incident, you can redirect your donation through the Hawaii Community Foundation page, or I have added that in the video description for easy access to get to the page. And again, any help is voluntary, but anything that you're able to give, it's greatly appreciated. All right. Okay, let's see. Let's wait for a couple more folks to join, and then we're gonna go through the banner. Oh, and the thumbnail we have, it's about fireworks because, you know, it's Virgil. Mia-san or Luna-san did that thumbnail as always, so thank you so much, Luna-san. Okay, I think I'll finish this up until the 10th retry for the auto battle. Regardless of how many folks are in the stream, I'm gonna start going through the banners. So currently there is only one banner, I think, which is Yukata. Sorry, not Yukata. Was that Zeeling, Golden Bomb, and Cheryl or Shield. So we're gonna go through what they do. Right now, especially for folks playing global only, so this is the free quest mode in JP since the 4.5 year anniversary, or the version 3 of the application. I mentioned this in my previous stream where the survey we had in global, they were asking whether what was our impression of version 3 in JP, in which I know a lot of folks have been wondering what that was about, and so this is what it is. I made a separate video about it on what are the changes. So basically everything is consolidated with regards to any currency that you need to upgrade stuff, awaken stuff, and so on. It's just one rainbow stone rather than multiple color. And they also consolidated the dojo medal and also the star flash stones. So everything is easier and, you know, just one currency and that's it. And also as part of the version 3 update, they have removed a lot of the quests that we have available. So the hidden dojo, the Zweig, Pyrohydra, Nora's mining, what else, the excavation for stones, regardless of whether it's the regular stones or the master stones, all of those have been removed. They have been moved over to the romancing shop, in which if you see when I clear a stage in this one, there's a coin currency. So that is the romancing medal. That's the currency you use if you try to purchase anything in the romancing shop. So we can go through that if you like. But yeah, I'm not sure why that was asked in the survey. I'm not sure how it's gonna fit with global, because there are a lot of stuff that's missing, and I can't really share as much just to avoid spoilers with the game or the story. But simply put, it's a little weird how we would get version 3 right away in global rather than waiting for finishing up Liam's story before going to version 3. So it's all speculation, just so we're clear. I'm just wondering what the purpose was with the that question in the survey. Anyway, we're past the 10th retry, so I'm gonna cancel this. And then we're gonna talk about the banner. And yeah, what you're seeing right now is the free quest mode, like I said. All of the dungeons and all of the events go through the free quest page. So for every month, you get a new book. And it's booked because of Shire, which is a wandering minstrel. And that's we're now trying to learn his story. That's where the game is at in JP, because we already finished the Liam chapter. And so the free quest would have several nodes of dungeons, and then you have the stage XP here on the upper left, where you would gain stage level, and then for the stage level you would get different different rewards. So what you would want is the crane, because the crane increases your adventurer rank, and the adventurer rank has a lot of perks for you. Mainly the mainly the overdrive damage and also the retry. So let's see. So this one right here. So the max. So you know how when you rank up on your level as you clear any dungeon or quest, that you would gain extra stamina, right? The maximum one. So with the adventurer rank as well, you would get extra stamina. You would get extra retry on your daily, the daily retry. And then you would have increased skills, magic usage, and overdrive damage. And then there is this bonus drop, which is this crystal that you use to forge accessories. So right now I'm at adventurer rank 30. So I can get 3 of those currency for each clear of my dungeon. So right here is where you can craft the accessories. So right now it's not really appealing to me, so I'm not using my currencies just yet. But it's dexterity and then extra stats. This one is strength and extra stats. This one is endurance and extra stats. So yeah, and this is what version 3 looks like. The main story is the same button, and then you go through the different chapter and so on. I'm not gonna go through Shire's story just to avoid spoilers. And then the event quest goes to free quest, so it's gonna be part of the book, like I said. So this is the book. There are different pages in there where so these 3 to the left you see, those are the events that are incorporated in this book. Then everything else is a dungeon where basically you just grind, just like in a SaGa game. So, and then at the end there is a boss page, and then when you defeat the boss, it would automatically go to stage level 99. Obviously, I don't have the correct character, so I can't defeat the water dragon just yet. Anyway, but that's the quick summary of version 3 just in case that we move to version 3 in global, which is weird in my opinion. Hopefully we don't do that just yet. So right now we have three banners. So one is a reprint, and then this is the next Spiral Corridor characters. So we have Yanfan, Oriev, and Silver Emperor. I'm not sure because Global is at Spiral Corridor maintenance right now on whether they are gonna introduce new floors or they are gonna add these three characters already. But we got this as part of I forgot which time. I think a little before Shire, so a little before we hit 4.5 year. So Yanfan from Romancing Saga 3 is a martial arts magician. So 2 spells and then martial arts skill, the spatial persona. And then the first one is Moonshine, which is a healing spell. And then we also have the Shadow Bolt Plus. Let me see. Okay, Shadow Bolt Plus is C damage for stun. And then ability, he has Heat Up at turn starts 5 times, Defense Force 2, Tension Force 2, large increased damage, large effect, and BP plus 2. And then increased damage for everyone, small effect, and mitigates damage for everyone, small effect as well. And then for everyone equipped with martial arts, that it would increase their damage. So I think that kind of gives a clue that Yanfan is good to be used in Remembrance battle. Next is Oriev. So Oriev becomes a sword user. So the first Oriev we have is from Romancing Saga 2 stage event, and so this one is a sword style and pretty standard. There is intelligence debuff. There's this extra passive that she gives the party for 1 turn, so she gotta keep on using this if you wanna keep having that. So this passive, it says for at 50% chance, you would cleanse any debuff applied to you and then give yourself BP plus 2. Because whenever she uses this, she applies this passive to everyone, and it only lasts for 1 turn. Like I said, you gotta keep recasting it if you want to. And then Vacuum Slash, I think this one, Vacuum Slash Plus. So it becomes an AoE. I think we already have this with Saga Frontier 1 Leonard. And then for ability, Dare to Hope 3. This one, turn ends BP plus 2 to self and extra small heal to self. And then Protect High Tension. And lastly, Silver Emperor. So it's single target AoE and single target with a 1-time damage block to self that doesn't have a turn limit. For ability, increased damage, large effect. Battle starts BP plus 1 and then damage block 5 times. So it's only a 1-time thing where he would take 0 damage for the first 5 attacks he gets. And then second ability, turn ends. For that turn, if you didn't take any damage, you get BP plus 4. And then this one, lastly, increased damage by 30%. And then when being attacked by an enemy, you have a 25% chance to dodge the enemy attack. So pretty decent. If we ended up getting these 3 in global early, they would be useful in my opinion, especially in their own ways. Yanfan for Remembrance, Silver Emperor for farming mostly, and then Oriev for support. So yeah, I'm hoping we get them early so we actually use some Spirals style for a change. Excuse me. So we have the reprint of Merlot and Syra, and then we also have Finale Anya. So between the two, you would want to get Merlot and Syra. So I wanna do a separate video just to highlight them. In a nutshell, I wanted to mention that you might want to prepare for jewels for Merlot and Syra, mainly because even right now in JP, they are the only AoE farming that you would need especially with free quests, focusing either only on AoE and single target as of right now. I'm not saying that column and row is gone, but right now it has always been AoE and single target. And so Merlot and Syra, because of their skill number 3 being a 2-4 hits with B damage, and then they would increase their damage by a lot with this ability number 3, and also and ability number 1, that they would do ridiculous amount of damage. And whenever they take down an enemy, they would get a BP plus 10. So basically, as long as they take down at least one enemy, they can keep on casting this chain lightning, which is ridiculously strong. So that's why I am recommending everyone to pull for Merlot and Syra. At least prepare for it, hopefully not a pity, but rather prepare for some jewels to be able to pull for them. And then Finale Anya. So Finale Anya, I think, would be useful because of her skill number 3, but that's about it. Because so skill number 1 is moral up to self and then attack after that. Skill number 2 is AoE, critical to undead and demon. And then skill number 3 is where it's at. It does a single target pierce and sun, random 5 hits to the enemy. And I'll go to that in a while. So for ability number 1, BP plus 3. When attacking, you buff everyone with strength, dex, and intelligence, small effect. So taking note, even if you use skill number 3, ability number 1 would only trigger once because it's one attack action. And then when you're doing an attack type of action, you would follow up with Greedfall, which is, you know, what Zenon has. Yeah, that's it. And then ability number 2, increase damage 50%. No, not 50%. 20%. And then when attack lands, you gain BP plus 1. Again, if you use skill number 3, you would only get 1 BP out of it because it's one attack action. And then lastly, when equipped with short sword, increase damage with 30%. And then when taking damage, mitigate damage with 30% as well. So the random 5 hits is very important, especially with the current Spiral Corridor 230, which is the gimmick of the battle. It has that odd and even turns where on odd turns you would want to do a 15 hit to the enemy, 1-5. If you don't do it, you would get barrage with several nasty AoE. But if you do, those AoE becomes a single target, which makes it very, very much manageable. So that's why random target with multiple hits right now is like the go-to characters for Spiral 230. And the MVP to that is SaGa Re Dread Queen, because Dread Queen kind of guarantees her overdrive every other turn, so it fits the odd and even turn scenario. When she does an overdrive, her skill she follows up with her skill number 3. So if you do skill number 3, she follows up a second one of that, and that's a 3 to 5 hits. On a high roll, you get 10 hits covered immediately. So that's why she is the MVP for that, along with the curse that she applies to the enemy, where the enemy would debuff themselves automatically as they do attacks. So that's very important. You remember how I stress much about the intimidated debuff for Kami, Pumpkin Kami in Global? That's the same for Dread Queen SaGa Re for JP, minus the multiple hits, but they kind of do the same thing. So yeah, very good. But SaGa Re Dread Queen is already over, and I wasn't able to get her, so I couldn't clear 230. Alright, so that's Anya. Oh, also, for skill number 3, because it's 5 hits, same thing for Remembrance for Lion Princess. The system for that is doing as much hits as you can on even turns, because on odd turn, she would have her defenses up, and then the more attacks you do, you would give her more defenses. But for even turn, that's where she's gonna burst, and so you want to do as much number of hits as you can for that turn, so that you can lessen the damage as much as possible too. So yeah, random target multiple hits is getting a big comeback with the Lion Princess Remembrance and now with Spiral 230. So let's go through Merlot and Syra real quick. I know I gave the introduction of the banner recommending Merlot and Syra, but let's go through the skills. So skill number 1, it's an AoE, Pierce and Thunder, and then buff themselves with Strength, small effect. Skill number 2 is a single target 2 hits, Pierce and Thunder, and then for every attack, you would buff yourself with Strength. And then skill number 3 is where it's at for farming. It's Chain Lightning. It's an AoE, Pierce and Thunder, and it's a random 2 to 4 hits, but it's an AoE. Take note of that, because it's just like Kumi. So Kumi does 1 to 3 hits, I think, for column. So this one, Merlot and Syra, they do 2 to 4 hits for AoE. And then for every attack they land, they would debuff themselves with attack down, large effect for 1 turn. So it doesn't matter, it's only for that turn, and it's attack down. It's not like defense down where they have a chance of dying. So no problem to that. Let's go to the ability. So ability number 1, turn starts, buff self with moral up, medium effect for 1 turn, buff self with guard up, medium effect for 1 turn, and then BP plus 1. And then ability number 2, at battle starts, BP plus 4, so that they can cast Chain Lightning immediately at turn 1 or round start. And then when they take down an enemy, they get a BP plus 10. Yep. Ooh, excuse me. And then ability number 3, when they're equipped with a spear, increase their damage with 30%. And then when dealing weak attack, they would increase their damage further with 20%, so 50% attack. And I'll show you how strong they are with some free quests before we go to Spiral Corridor. But yeah, if you're new to JP, I would highly recommend for you to pull on this banner and get Merlot and Syra. You would be covered in farming for a long time. And farming, while it has less value now, it's still pretty good in a way that you can get your stage XP pretty high real quick with them for those AoE stages. Alright, so let's move on to the Yukata banner. So there's Yukata Fox, Merlot and Syra, and Virgil, you know, the best one in the banner, Virgil. Just kidding, he's mediocre. Anyway, so Merlot and Syra, so they become a sword style. We should be getting a free Merlot and Syra as well. They would be a sword style, and they're mostly a single target attacker. Alright, so the sword, Merlot and Syra. So skill number 1, single target, random 2 hit. Sorry, it's a single target 2 hits, not a random. So single target 2 hits, and then for every nothing, it's 2 hits single target, sorry. For the second one, it's a fast single target, and then you buff yourself with this one. So this one is the same as their ability, so they would get 2 of their ability if you use skill number 2. Basically for this one, when they get attacked, they would get a dodge 1 time, and then the next attack that lands them, it would be a deflect because they're dodging. And then after that, when they do an action attack, they would follow up with this skill twice. So this skill is single target, slash and thunder. For every attack, they buff themselves with attack boost, small effect for 1 turn. So basically when they use skill number 2, like I said, they also have that in their ability, so it doubles the effect where when they receive an attack from an enemy, so they would take damage. If they have damage block, they would take 0 damage, but that would still trigger the dodge 1 time. But because they have 2 of this, that it would give them 2 times of the dodge 1 time. So basically, first attack they take damage or 0 if they have damage block. The next 2 attacks they would be able to deflect that. And then after that, because it's already used up, they would take damage again, or if damage blocked, they would take 0 damage. And then goes to a cycle where they take damage, they dodge 2 attacks, and then they take damage again, and so on. And then this also mentioned that it follows up with this skill. So when they use skill number 2, they would do 4 follow-ups with the same skill, basically giving attack boost to themselves a lot. And it becomes better as you progress through the battle when we go through the ability. And then lastly, Pika Pika no Hanabi. So it's basically a buff to themselves. They would decrease their BP cost by 10 for 5 turns. And then they would also give attack boost to themselves, large effect for 5 turns. So this one, the way you use Merlot and Syra, I was fortunate to get them. So I was able to test out some stuff. You use Pika Pika Hanabi, so you can reduce your BP consumption. So this one becomes, at max awakening, it becomes 2 BP. This one as well becomes 2 BP. So you keep on using this, and then by turn 6, you would have to use Pika Pika Hanabi again. So when you use Guru Guru Sanda, you would do the single target attack and then do the 4 follow-ups. That's basically how they work. And then with the ability, it kind of complements with the number of attacks they do. So with ability number 1, battle starts BP plus 2, and then by turn 3, you would give yourself heat up with super extreme effect 1 time per battle. Super extreme is 40%. Yeah, 40%. Sorry, I was counting from 20 all the time. And then you would buff yourself with this passive. So what this passive does is, every time you do an attack, you would give your party an attack boost, medium effect for 2 turns, and then it has a 50% chance to proc. So this is why I mentioned the more attacks they do, the better it is for them because of this ability number 1. And it gets better because the second line right here, by turn 6, you get another heat up with super extreme effect. So now they have 80% attack, and then you get an extra passive for them. So this one, whenever they do an attack, they have a 37% chance to do an extra small heal to everyone for every attack they do. So they become an attack booster and a healer. And then they dodge enemy attacks as well. So this one we already covered. Whenever they take an enemy attack lands, they would buff themselves with dodge 1 time for 1 turn. And then whenever they do an attack action, that they would follow up with this skill 2 times. So we'll show that later if it's very confusing. And then they have the a different ability. So when they're equipped with sword, increase their damage with 30%. When taking damage, mitigate damage with 30% as well. So yeah, that's Merlot and Syra. I know it was a mouthful to explain their ability, so I'll just show it later. And then the best one in the banner, Virgil. But don't take my word on that. Virgil is very mediocre. So skill number 1, Dark Shell. Single target, blunt and dark. And then guard up to self, a small effect. And then Circle Fire, single target, and then gives everyone else other than Virgil with overdrive gauge with medium effect. And then lastly, single target attack, S damage for dark and heat element. And then you would follow up with Fireworks. So Fireworks we already know. It gives an AoE BP plus 1. Excuse me. Alright, so the reason to bring Virgil is because of his ability, which is this one right here. But the problem is you gotta keep Virgil alive because the passive that he gives to the party is casted every turn starts. So this is the passive buff that he gives to the party. It says whenever you do a combo, you would give yourself an attack boost, medium effect for 2 turns, and then heal yourself with small effect HP, and then give yourself BP plus 1. And taking note that it says combo attack, So it would cover both combo and overdrive combo attack. I made a mistake when I first got Virgil, and I tested with just overdrive to himself, and he didn't do any follow-up. So it has to be more than 2 characters, either triggering a combo, or you do overdrive combo with at least 2 people for this passive to take effect. And then we go back to Virgil, where for every attack lands, he gives himself BP +1. And then when he is included in a combo or overdrive combo, he follows up with fireworks 2 times. So that's where my shorts video about Virgil came from, where when you do an overdrive with at least 2 people, and that one person is Virgil, that you would be able to do 3 or 4 attacks rather. So because this one counts as 2 attack, the skill, and then the fireworks follow up, and then if it's part of a combo, he adds 2 more fireworks as a follow up. Okay, that's too much to explain. That's how much ability is right now in JP, that they try to squeeze in as much capability as they can to a character. Alright, so we go to ability number 2. At turn starts, he buffs himself with all stats with medium effect. He gives himself attack boost, large effect for 1 turn, defense boost, medium effect for 1 turn. And then the last one is a new one. It's over protect high tension. So we already know what high protect tension is in global, so you add the overdrive part of it in the ability. So increase damage with 20%, and then when you do an overdrive attack, increase your damage with 30%. So that includes overdrive combo and combo attack. And then whenever you take damage, you mitigate that damage with 30% as well. So yeah, that's why Virgil is more into combo and overdrive. I think to be able to fully utilize his ability, you would want to have the usual overdrive party, you know, with SaGa Labelle or 4.5 year Barthélemy, and those kind of units where you focus on overdrive. But with the how the challenges are unfolding in JP, it's kind of hard to execute that to form a fun party to use, but I can still demonstrate that, no problem. Alright, so that's Virgil. And lastly, we have Fox. So Fox is the palette swap for Cat. You know, Cat, the Halloween one, the summer one, and the platinum one. So Fox, skill number 1 is an AoE blunt. Skill number 2 is a single target blunt, and then she debuffs with strength, agility, and intelligence, all small effect. And lastly, it's a fast single target, and then you inflict moral down and guard down medium effect for 2 turns to the enemy. For ability, so this one at turn end, any ailments you have, you cleanse that at the 37% chance. And then for if everybody is alive, she would be dodging enemy attacks at 50% chance because it's very large. I think it's 45% to 50%. And then ability number 2, at turn end, for that turn, if she didn't take any damage, she would put herself in full overdrive gauge and then give herself BP +4. And then lastly, at turn start, she puts herself in a stealth stance for medium effect for 4 turns. And then when her overdrive gauge is full, she would give herself an attack boost for extra large effect for 5 turns. If her overdrive gauge is not full, she would put herself on a dodge stance for 1 turn. Let me see. Yeah, dodge stance. And then when she does an overdrive attack, she follows up with this. So it's a single target blunt, and then when the attack lands, you can cleanse enemy buff, and then you would also inflict stun at the medium chance. So pretty good in my opinion, because yeah. Sorry, I was just making sure that my overdrive gauge reading was correct. So it's attack boost at full, and then if not full, dodge stance. So fox or cat or city thief female continues to be a debuffer. So this one with strength, agility, and intelligence, which is like the most important debuff that you can do. And then she can also do moral down and guard down as well. But the problem is you would want to have her focus on debuffing with this one, and so she might not be able to rotate with this if possible. But you know, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't work, who knows. All right, so that's the banner. Personally, I think Fox and Merlot and Tyra are good picks, and Virgil is kind of on the mediocre side, like I mentioned. So we're gonna go through that later, because I was able to get Merlot and Tyra and Virgil. And we go to the current banner, which is Cheryl, Golden Bomb, and Zeeling. So for Cheryl, she continues to be a debuffer. So from the Minstrel Song banner, her latest style became a tank, but this one, she became a debuffer. So the first one, it's an AoE, and then chance to debuff intelligence, small effect. The second one is what makes her unique. She has the Vortex spell, especially for people who played Romancing Saga 3. Vortex is where you would cleanse enemy buff, enemy debuff, and also your party's buff and debuff. So other than that, it would also cleanse any ailments that were inflicted to your party. So that is cleanse as well. The problem is it also impacts the enemy debuff, which is very, very important. So people were wondering, what is the actual usage for this? For me, I think I found my usage for that, but it's very, very niche, and we'll talk about that later on Spiral Corridor. And then skill number 3, so it's an AoE, and then before doing the attack, she would heal everybody with extra small effect, and then after that, do the attack. When the attack lands, you would debuff the target with Dex and Intelligence medium effect. So that's very important, because she would be doing this again as part of her ability. So ability number 1, increase damage with 20%. When doing an attack action, you follow up with I forgot the Cheryl skill number 1, so my apologies on that. It's an AoE and debuffs strength. And then when you do an overdrive attack, you would follow up with her skill number 3 we mentioned. So on overdrive, she can do 2 debuffs for intelligence and dex, and also 2 extra small heal. Hey Mario, how are you? Thank you for joining. You have arrived, yes. We're talking about JP banner right now. I am trying to translate, and then I'm gonna do a quick demo, and then we're gonna do Spiral 230, you know, torture ourselves without the correct units. But how are you? Is there anything you would like to see in JP? Oh, are you on night shift or something? Because it's evening my time, and my time is usually a little weird compared to West Coast or East Coast folks. So just making sure. I see. Okay. Alright, so going back to Cheryl. 1:08 a.m. Oh, you are on 4, 5. Almost East Coast time or Central time, right? Somewhere around that. Because right now it's 8 o'clock p.m. my time. I would know if people are in West Coast, because if it's like 2 or 3 hours difference, and then 4 to 5 hours is Central, and then 6 to 7 hours is East Coast. Okay, At any point, Mario, let me know if you have any requests on what you would like to see for future characters or whatnot, and we can definitely show it here. This is why we have this stream and going to the JP side. Alright, so Cheryl, whenever she does an attack action, she follows up with her skill number 1 from the OG Cheryl style, and then she on overdrive attack she would add an extra attack using her skill number 3, which is the same dex and intelligence debuff, medium effect, and also extra small heal to everyone. And then ability number 2, when attack lands, she would buff herself with all stats, medium effect. And then lastly, block force 2, when taking damage, mitigate that damage with 20% with its large effect, and then at turn ends BP plus 2. So people pulled for Cheryl because of Vortex, but again, nobody knows yet what the actual application is, because it's a double-edged effect to both the party and the enemy, with the buff and debuff being removed. So yeah, we'll discuss about that later. And then we move on to Zealing, which is her first premium style. So Zealing, if you guys don't know, is a farmable SS style in Polka chapter. She is a bow style and pretty decent in my opinion, but she has like a very unique aspect to her once we go through the skills and ability. So skill number 1, it's a single target, buff herself with dex first, small effect, and then do the attack. It's a D damage. Second skill, it's a single target. Okay, stream is back. Sorry, my internet connection is not liking it right now. Okay, we gotta pray my internet doesn't go down again. Okay, so skill number 2 for Zealing, single target, 3 hits. For every attack lands, you would debuff the target with Pierce, defense down, medium effect for 2 turns. And then lastly, skill number 3, it's a one-time thing. It's an AoE Pierce, and then you would buff yourself with this. So whenever you do an attack type of attack, you would follow up with skill number 2 at rank 1 at a 50% chance. So we already know what skill number 2 is. Excuse me. Alright, so what's unique about her is her skill number 1. It doesn't seem anything really good out of the blue, but because of her ability, it becomes ridiculous. Okay, so ability number 1, when you do an attack type of action, you do a multi-shot. You follow up with multi-shot. It doesn't have a chance, so it's 100% guaranteed. And then when the attack lands, you get BP plus 1, and then you buff everyone with strength and dexterity. And then when you use her skill number 1, you can buff yourself with heat up for skill number 1 with 30% up. So it can proc up to 20 times in a battle. So she can improve the damage of this one 20 times at 30% each time. So I don't know whether it's additive or not, but if it's additive, it becomes like 600% attack boost for this skill number 1. But again, Sanzo-san published a video about it. Hopefully I can share that. I'll share that in the comment after the stream. But yeah, he showed how after 20 times on what the difference is in the damage. And then for ability number 2, at battle starts BP plus 3. At turn starts, you buff all your stats with medium effect. And then the 30-30 attack and defense mitigate. So yeah, that's Zealing. In my opinion, it's a little gimmicky with her skill number 1 having that 600% heat up, if that's the real number. No problem, Mario. Hope work is not too busy for you. But yeah, that's Zealing for you. You follow up with multi-shot, and with her skill number 3, you have a 50% chance to follow up with her skill number 2 as well. So really, really strong Pierce element attacker. And lastly, we have Golden Bomb, which is a little weird for a character. So first one, it's Defense Liquid. So it's a single target, and then you buff yourself with Guard Up small effect. The second one is Obake Axel. So it's a single target blunt, and then when the attack lands, you give everyone BP +1. And then this is what makes it weird for Golden Bomb. Skill number 3, Mochi Mochi Coating. So that's one-time use in a battle. It's a support, and you target it to a party member. For that target, you give them the Mochi Mochi ability, and then you also give them Taunt Stance medium effect for 10 turns. So the Mochi Mochi ability is the same as what we have for New Year Golden Bomb, where whenever Golden Bomb gets attacked, that she would buff everybody with Endurance. So with her in the party, you would be able to use this on other party member. If you want to cast it to herself, you can. But the niche for this is you are able to apply that to any party members. So for ability number 1, Obake wa Kawaii. I'm scared of Ghost. At turn starts, buff self with Stealth, medium effect for 1 turn. You give everyone defense boost, physical defense boost, medium effect for 1 turn. And then for the enemy, you debuff their physical defense. You debuff their physical defense, medium effect for 1 turn as well. And then ability number 2, if everybody is alive, basically Scrum Guard this one. If everybody is alive, mitigate damage, medium effect. When attack lands, BP +2. Ability number 3, when taking damage, mitigate damage with 30%. And then when taking physical damage, you mitigate that damage further with 40% or 50%. I think it's 40% this one. It's a extreme effect. So Golden Bomb continues to be, a physical tank in a way, but I don't know how to best take advantage of her Mochi Mochi coating, unless you use her previous style, which is super outdated from JP standard, and she might just melt in a battle. So, but that would be a good thing too, probably, because if you inherit Mochi Mochi coating and then you give it to somebody else, and then the enemy loves to do AoE, that they would be able to buff endurance to the party a lot of times. But again, it's just on paper. It might be a little hard to execute. So desho ne, mochi mochi. Konnichiwa, Luna-san. So yeah, Cheryl, in my opinion, is the best in the banner, while Ziling does really good pierce damage. Right now, you would want as much support as you can with where JP is at, with all the defenses and the debuffs and so on. I missed out on Summer Anya and Summer Orlet, so that's why I'm struggling with current contents in JP, which is fine because, those contents are permanent, so there's no rush for me to clear them immediately. Alright, so let's do a quick showcase and then we'll go to Spiral 230. So like I promised, I'm gonna showcase, so let's do Merlot and Syra and Virgil as well. And then I also have the free Fireworks Rocky, and then the new Platinum Sierra. His name is Bruni. So let's do this. We'll go to our favorite enemy, Egg full form. Where is it? Okay, so let's do this. So something real quick about this party. So we have Merlot and Syra, the Yukata style, and then we also have Virgil. So a turn starts, you would see a buff being casted to us in kanji. So that's the buff from Virgil. And then, so let me do this. Pika Pika Hanabi. And then I'll do fireworks. I will do friends Uchi Age Hanabi. So basically lighting up fireworks. And then for Bruni, the way he works is he would use gem glaze. So gem glaze, it gives a buff to self with defense boost for magic for 3 turns, and then for everybody else they get an indirect, no, it's direct attack. So defense boost on direct attack for medium effect, and then this is for 3 turns, and then everybody gets willpower buff with large effect. So how this Bruni works is you would use gem glaze, and then you would use Takara Horidashi. So that means he's gonna try to find some treasure, and then when you use this, there is a 37. No, not this. It doesn't say here. It's on the ability, I think, that whenever you use his skill number 1, you would have a +1 usage for gem glaze at a 50% chance. And then he has a golden conductor. So let's do that. Gem glaze. And then Yama is just a debuffer. So he has a passive where he would debuff agility and intelligence. And then all his skills are all debuff. So this one is agility. This one is agility. This one is intelligence. Intelligence and agility. But the good thing with Yama is when you use his skill number 3, there is a chance to give someone a buff for 3 turns, where a turn ends, they would give a small effect healing. So let's see who that goes to. Okay, so Merlot and Syra's gonna go first, or that one. Okay, Virgil has the buff from Yama. This is Pika Pika Hanabi. So that's BP -10 for the consumption for 5 turns, and also an attack boost for 5 turns. Yay! So with Fireworks Rocky, there is a 37% chance to give everybody else in the party other than Rocky with full overdrive gauge. That's why I brought him in just for fun. So now you see, after the Pika Pika Hanabi, the Guru Guru Sanda earlier was 12 BP, and now it's 2 BP because, you know, BP -10. So when I use this, like I said, it would give them this passive, which is what they have as well in their ability. So once they do the Guru Guru Sanda, they would do 4 follow-up attacks after that. So let's do that. And then Virgil, because Virgil is doing an overdrive combo attack, that he would be doing something else where he would follow up with 2 fireworks after his attack. So I'm gonna use Dark Shell, and then what he's gonna do is Dark Shell and then 2 fireworks after that. And then Rocky is just gonna get more BP, and then Takara Horidashi for Bruni, and then we're gonna do skill number 1 for Yama. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2. That's 2 fireworks follow up. Yay! I get 1 usage of gem glaze. That's perfect. Kono kodomo tachi wa chiyoi desu yo ne, Runa-san. Mero to seroi. Okay, so I'm gonna use Guru Guru Sanda again. Pay attention later with how when they get an attack hit from egg, if it's not a miss or a deflect, then that means they would trigger Kaihi, which is the dodge one time in them, and then it would trigger twice. And that's because I'm using Guru Guru Sanda. So I'll do fireworks, Friends Uchi Hanabi, Gem Glaze, and then skill number 3. And it's a combo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Overdrive? No overdrive this time. はい、15回の攻撃、what is odd turn? Hold on. ちょっと待ってくださいね。Google 先生は助かっ。odd turn. 奇数のターン、15回の攻撃はする。230回の螺旋回路。Okay. ぐるぐるサンダー、fireworks。Google 先生は最高ですね。Okay. Friends, Uchi Hanabi. We're gonna try and get some treasure. And then skill number 3 again. Okay, so now it's turn beyond turn 3. So that's why Merlot and Syra is now giving attack boost to the party. I think it's at 50% chance, if I'm not mistaken. Yay, overdrive. Thank you, Rocky. There you go. So Merlot and Syra got hit, and then they triggered 2 white text kanji in them. That's the Kaihi. So that's a one-time dodge. Okay, let's do overdrive again. Overdrive. Let's do this. Let's do friends. Then skill number 1. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 3 fireworks. Overdrive? Overdrive? Nice. Hi, Mero Seroi wa Tiyoi. 3ターンまで、そして6ターンまで、なんだっけ、37% ぐらいの確率、全体 HP 回復の局所する。毎回攻撃。そして3ターンまでの自身のバフで全体攻撃強化する 50% の確率。Okay, so we're now at turn 6. 今はルナさん、ターン6にメロセロイ新しいのバフを自身のバフする。バフは30% のチャンス 毎回攻撃に全体 HP 回復局所する。Okay, so we should be able to finish this with this. Hypno Mist, that's fine. Skill number 3. Yeah, 1回の HP 回復。So yeah, that's Merlot and Syra and Virgil, along with Fireworks Rocky, the new Platinum Bruni, and also SaGa Re Yama. SaGa Re Yama I got twice. I didn't get Dread Queen. So I'm a little sad, but it's fine. ちょっと待ってね。これ、ルナさん。3ターンまでこのバフする。右体の全体、攻撃強化、中の2ターンで 50% 毎回攻撃。そして、6ターンまで、このバフで、30% で毎回攻撃、全体 HP 回復、局所。そして、このぐるぐるサンダーは使うに、メロとセロイは2回のこのアビリティはあるです。毎回攻撃の敵攻撃するの命中し、メロとセロイは自身の回避1回、2回目のバフする。これ。そして、1回目の敵攻撃のダメージある。そして、2回の攻撃は回避する。そして、その日、次は敵の攻撃もダメージする。もっと回復した極大そうですよ。極大は欲しいです。Hey Silsey, how are you? We have Mia-san or Luna-san right now. And then we also have Mario who is listening in the stream. I just did the showcase for Yukata, Merlot and Syra, Virgil, Rocky, and Bruni, and then we also have Yama. Okay, so I'm gonna do Merlot and Syra real quick, the reason why I'm recommending them, and then we're gonna go torture ourselves with Spiral 230. Saikin no romancing wa kaifuku ga what is that? Ah. ですよね。Okay. So let me do this. I'm gonna change out Liam. はい、Google 先生は助かりました。Okay, I'm gonna use the dragon form for Merlot and Syra, and then I also have the SSS spear because of the current book, and then I'll show you how ridiculous they are in farming. And that's why I highly recommend them, and you won't be pulling for any farmers anytime soon after Merlot and Syra. So yeah, as easy as that. That's how AoE farming works with Murloc and Syra. So this is Pierce and Thunder weakness, so they can definitely one-shot it, no problem. But say if we are on a non-Pierce or Thunder element weakness, they can still do pretty decent damage. It's just that they might need some extra help if you don't roll for 3 hits. So let me show you what I mean by that. Yeah, the temperature has been really hot lately, huh, Silsey? Okay, let's do this stage. So this one is a slash dark element. So Murloc and Syra, of course, doesn't do weak element damage to them. So I'll show you that they would still be decent with it as long as you roll for 3 hits minimum. And even if you don't, if you have an extra character at the back who can serve as a backup, then it shouldn't be a problem. See? No problem with them if they roll for 3 hits. And even if they don't, they only need like 10,000-ish damage or 20,000-ish damage to finish the round. So not a problem for our trainees, if anything. Okay, it's time. We are gonna torture ourselves with Spiral 230. Okay, Spiral 230. We are facing against Waterlord from Saga Frontier 2. So this is the party I've been using. What I have discussed earlier is the gimmick to this is an odd and even turn kind of thing where you have to do 15 hits on odd turn so that you will avoid those nasty AoEs. Rather, those AoE becomes single target instead. So let's do this. So my party synergy goes like this. I have Joe. This is 4.5 year Joe. She would cast Flame Force so that everybody who gets attacked would give attack and defense boost to everybody else. And then her goal is to keep on using Ord Circle every turn as much as she can. So that means she has to do at least one follow-up every turn. That's the goal. Even though it's at 50% chance to follow up with Spectacle Gate and Spectacle Portal and Checkmate, that sometimes you roll the low roll. Sorry if I'm saying it wrong, but if you do a low roll, then she doesn't follow up with anything, and that's bad. So okay, Flame Force, and then we have Firebringer. So Firebringer's purpose is moral down, and also he has a guarantee one follow-up with Flame Servant, which does a strength and intelligence debuff, and there is a 50% chance, 50, to do a second follow-up where he would do an extra strength and intelligence debuff. So let's do that. Moral down. And then Aslana, she would be doing Attractive Dance on odd turn. Attractive Dance gives endurance and willpower buff to the party for small effect for every hits. And then Attractive Dance is 3 to 4 hits. So you would want Aslana to do maximum hits as much as possible. Again, 50% chance. I always lose at that one. And then on even turn, we would use Muscle Statue. So Muscle Statue, it gives a defense boost, small effect for 2 turns to the party. And then she would heal everyone with extra small heal. She also gives an attack boost and defense boost. And also, she gives a buff where when your party gets attacked, that they would buff themselves with damage block 1 time. And it only triggers 1 time per turn. So, yeah. Ashiri nai. Okay, so Shire on odd turn, I would want him to do an attack, so he can do 2 attacks. Normal attack and then follow up with his skill number 1. But because this is the start of turn, I'm gonna use the BP plus 10. And then for Elised, I'm gonna rotate between Lightning Spike and then add an additional Lightning Spike on Overdrive, and then just keep on flipping on that one. You would see later that I have this rotation. The problem is I don't have a buff cleanser, and Waterlord has this meditation on odd turn. So over time, it stacks his int where ailments lands on you very easily. So that's where my problem is with this stage. And that's why Summer Anya works really well for this stage. Yeah, that one, meditation. Ishire. Keep on dodging, Joe. I like that. I like that. Okay, we are on even turn. So for Joe, like I said, I want her to keep on casting Ord Circle, because that would give an attack and defense boost to the party. For Firebringer, I rotate between skill number 1 and skill number 3. It doesn't matter because his moral down is 3 turns. So I can use this to get an extra small heal to himself. And also, he would still follow up with the Flame Servant anyway. So no problem with that. Aslana, on even turn, I'm going to use Muscle Statue. And then for Shire, I'm going to heal everybody. Runa-san, 230回です。220回で、アルカイザと白バラ姫さんと、なんだっけ、シレイさんと、その3人で、その戦いはクリアするでしょ。攻撃強化、アルカイザーの攻撃強化はめっちゃ便利です。Okay, even turn for Ellie said I'm gonna add Overdrive for Lightning Spike.そういえば、ルナさん、220回のパターンで、ちょっとリタマラする、最初のターンは、E のパターンで探した。その前に、その戦いは、なんだっけ。It's more manageable with a good pattern. I ran out of Japanese. ちょっと待ってくださいね。Google 先生は助かった。そのバトルがより管理しやすくなります。これ、ごめんなさい。これ。ごめん。ごめん。Okay, we are on odd turn, so we want to do 15 hits. So I calculated, and I think we should be able to do it, but we'll see. We're gonna do Attractive Dance. I'm gonna have Shire attack, and then Lightning Spike. So for Lightning Spike, because I added a Tutsuji no Mai earlier, So I would be doing 3 attacks for Ellie said. So one would be using the skill, the other one would be her ability, and then the third one would be from the stack we did for Tsutuji no Mai. So let's do that. And then we want Joe to follow up with Spectacle Portal because that's 3 hits in there. Excuse me. Nice combo. Yes, Spectacle. Thank you. I needed that. 4 hits. Thank you. Hitsuji no Mai. Okay, that's a good turn. Okay, so we're gonna overdrive. Well, let's wait for others. Word circle. Skill number 1, muscle statue. We're gonna give BP plus 10. So this is what I meant. On even turn for Shirei, I do healing or BP plus 10, but definitely on odd turn he has to attack. So I'm gonna give BP plus 10 and then Tsutuji no Mai. Nice combo. Nice Spectacle Portal. And then there is a known, I don't know whether it's a bug or not, but it has something to do with Ellie said. So basically on even turn, Waterlord usually would buff himself with an attack boost, an extra one. So with Ellie said doing the lightning spike, see that? The last skill that Waterlord did, that's the extra attack boost he does on even turn. And because of Ellie said's lightning spike, it debuffs the action order for Waterlord. And so it kind of mixes up the rotation where usually without the action order debuff that you would be expecting like, okay, Waterlord would be doing this first and then would be doing this and then so on. So with lightning spike, it kind of mixes up stuff that it kind of works in your way. In this case, the attack boost that he usually does on even turn, it is used as the last action, and so it becomes more manageable, the damage. So I don't know whether that's a known issue or not, but right now it's been super helpful with the upper spiral corridor floors. No, Spectacle Gate. Okay, this is bad. But it's okay, we have Lightning Spike, so we're gonna take 0 damage maybe? 2 follow-ups, 2 follow-ups, one more. Ah. This is a really low roll. No follow-ups from Joe and Firebringer. And Aslana doing 3 hits. 0 damage? Nice. That one is really strong. See the difference with doing 15 hits and not doing 15 hits? Break? No, not yet. We didn't break. Okay, word circle, skill number 1, muscle statue, heal, and Tsutuji no Mai. As long as Joe, you keep on dodging, that would be good. So this is the turn where if Waterlord lands the thunder attack that I would get paralyzed and basically the run is dead. Chocho no mai. Chocho no romancing matsuri no style wa doko da? Doko desu ka? Ippai nezumi no kogeki suru. Chocho to Argerno no kogeki. Because in Romancing Saga 3, right, the story with the rats, with Algernon and the mayor in the rat pit, right? So that's why maybe the Romancing Fest style is with the Kidland mayor and Algernon. Okay, so let's do Frost Shot. Let's do this. Attractive Dance. BP plus... no. Attack. And then Lightning Spike. So, ano scenario desu. Roma Saga 3 no scenario. Joe, moto deflecto kudasai. Ikita. Joe lives another turn. Okay. Let's see. I can do Ord Circle, and then I can heal Joe with the healing from Aslana. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Joe, don't die. And then we're gonna do BP plus 10 Tsuzuji no Mai. We're gonna miss one defense boost, but that's fine. Hopefully. It's important that Joe needs to not die and keep on dodging those thunder attacks. Come on, two follow-ups. 1, 2, one more. Perfect. Thank you, Firebringer. We lived. I can't believe I lived till turn 9. It's it's getting scary, this battle. Zero damage wa Asrana no okagete desu. Kono buffu wa maikai no turn start ni kore. Kore. 敵の攻撃し、地震にダメージブロック1回で一旦する。No, Silsey, don't jinx it. I'm scared. This is the farthest I've reached, just so you know, Silsey. Hey. Okay, the attack, lightning spike. As long as you guys, Joe, you keep on dodging those nasty paralyzed, we should be good. No spectacle portal again. 4 hits? Ah, 3 hits. Come on, 2 follow-ups. Firebringer, I need that second follow-up. Thank you, thank you. I'm scared. Kiza to Registo desu. Joe Psycho desu ne. Kiza to Kawaii desu. Because that Silsey, that scissors break, it can insta-kill you. And so I was so scared of that it hit Joe. And yeah, that's what I was saying about Kizetsu. So this is her resistance. It not so much. I kind of bumped up the paralyze and stun. Mostly you're trying to avoid paralyze and IK. So okay, what do I do? Let's heal again because that's apparently what works. Let's heal. Let me see. Yeah, I should be fine. I don't need to do BP plus 10 just yet. Let's heal. Let's heal. And then Tutuji no Mai. Joe, as long as you don't get paralyzed, that's the most important thing. One more, one more, one more. Eee, 1000 damage! He's a 2. Okay. I know, right? So let's do this. I shouldn't be doing this, but I don't have a choice. I know I'm gonna be barraged with AoE, but yeah. No follow-up, Joe. Come on. 1000 damage. 1000 damage. They're dead again. So yeah, this is the torture that's Spiral 230, and I'm really all gung-ho with this party because of all the setup that I did. This is what I felt was stable, and also, like I said, taking advantage of the action order, what it does to the enemy is very, very helpful, especially on even turns where the extra attack boost that it does, because it's already doing an attack boost with extra large for every turn starts, and then he would buff himself with an extra attack boost on yeah, this one for 2 turns. So at least I don't have to suffer on the even turn with the attack boost being casted. This is my main issue. Because Snowstorm counts as a physical attack. And because Luna-san ba? この戦いは怖いよ. Yeah, it was a good try. That was the farthest I have reached. But yeah, Snowstorm is physical. This is my main issue. And then Crow Rush. This is very rare that Waterlord would use. But pretty okay for the most part. Again, I would like Waterlord to keep using this because this one is a row attack, and as long as he targets Joe, then there shouldn't be a problem. Everything else is a spell, so I don't know what this is. Anyway, so as long as he targets Joe, shouldn't be a problem. But the problem is when I need healing, who's this? Aslana's hide heal gives stealth, so that's a problem because I want aggro on Joe. So probably I'm gonna use even turn to heal Joe with Water of Life plus. That's the new plan. Okay, attractive dance, BP plus 10, Tsutsuji no Mai. Hai, ganbarimasu, Luna-san. That was a lot of damage from Joe. So we'll see. Maybe we can recover. Board circle. Skill number 1. Muscle statue. Healing. Oh, I forgot to do lightning spike. That's why. It's okay. Nice. Thank you, thank you. See? So this one, that attack boost right there, if we keep on using lightning spike on even turn, Waterlord would use that as the last action, so we don't have to go through the attacks on even turn with the extra attack boost. Safe. Okay, word circle, skill number 3, attractive dance, attack, lightning spike. So this time, Ellie said lightning spike would do 4 attacks. Lightning, lightning, lightning spike. Spectacle? Nice. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's already 9 attacks. 10, 11, one more. 12. Thank you, Firebringer. Come on, Aslana. 3 hits, it's okay. Perfect. Thank you. So now everything becomes single target. Joe is very scary. Headbutt doing 81,000 damage. Or, yeah, 81,000 damage. That's, really headbutt. Okay, we gotta heal. We gotta heal. Okay. It is Mario. And welcome back. This one. Muscle statue. BP plus 10. And then Tsutsuji no Mai. Okay, hopefully we don't regret our decision of Joe healing herself rather than using Ord Circle. One more? Thank you. What's for lunch, Mario? Nice deflect. See? That attack boost is the last one to be used, so that's why I choose to bring Elised in this battle. That was very, very important for me to survive. People were saying, yeah, Elised should be kicked out when they see my party, and this is why I felt that Elised has a lot of value. Ah, I see. I mean, I think Mountain Dew would be helpful, right? To, you know, for the caffeine to stay up because it's very late your time now. That is true, Silsey. That is true. 2, 3. Low roll. That's fine. So I need to do 3. Yeah. The run's dead. Let me check something real quick. I know I have geared Aslana and Joe properly so that they can take advantage of their intrinsic. So let me see. This is the good thing too because Aslana has intrinsic and so does Joe. And that's why they kept on dodging. So let's see. So it's slash blunt, I don't care for pierce, cold and thunder and dark. So Joe got everything covered. For Aslana, let's see. Slash, yeah, you're 35. Because you need at least 35 to take advantage of intrinsic. Slash blunt, cold, thunder, no dark. So that's my problem. And she has 26 IK resistance. I'm not scared so much for Firebringer, even though I geared him properly too. He has 37% chance to go on a dodge stance. This one right here, 37%. So pretty good. The squishy ones in this party is who's that? Shirei and Elised, because Shirei has only the 30-30. This one right here, and then attack boost, defense boost, and then this one pretty much like healing and stuff. Elised has only 20% defense and then an extra 20%, so that's like 0.8, 36, 35% mitigate. So yeah. Okay, let's try again. But Silsey, you and I know Tepwin too, both of you are my lucky charm. I know whenever both of you or either of you are in the chat, I usually get good luck. I mean, I'm not putting pressure on both of you, but it's just what happens. Whenever both of you or either of you are in chat, I would always get lucky. And earlier was proof that I got lucky. I almost got to 50% HP. Let's try to gamble a little. Muscle statue, healing, Tsutsuji. arigatou gozaimasu, Luna-san. So yeah, thumbnail de arigatou gozaimasu. For everyone, it's actually Luna-san who created the thumbnail I was using for the video cover. So yeah, she's the one who's been doing all of my thumbnails. So I'm extremely grateful for her. Hey Jacob, welcome to the stream. I think it's my first time seeing your name, so yeah, welcome. If you have any question or request about JP, just let me know and we will try to cover that. For now, I'm gonna torture myself with Spiral 230. And by torture because I don't have the correct units. The MVP for this battle is... Oh, I don't have Spectacle Portal. That's fine. The MVP for this battle is Saga Soul Dread Queen and Summer Anya. As long as you have those two, you're pretty much set. And then the extra to that... Hi, arigatou gozaimasu, Luna-san. Okay, I need 2 or 3 counters from Joe. I don't care about spells right now because I have Lightning Spike. Yep, that's done. It becomes single target now. Okay, Joe needs to heal this turn. This one, also the statue, BP plus 10, Tsutsuji no Mai. But yeah, Jacob, any requests you have or anything you would like to see, just let me know. And I can always switch gears and do that showcase if you would like to. Boom, paralyzed. Okay. Okay, so let me switch gears for a little bit. We have maintenance for Spiral and Global, so most likely... Oh, thank you, I appreciate that. So we have maintenance for Spiral, so most likely we're gonna have... That's doable for Global right now would be 160 and 170, but it's only a guess. Maybe they're gonna push to 160 for all we know. So 160 is minions. So what they do is they would buff different attributes to everyone. So you would want to take down the one with intelligence buffing, I think. And then everything else should be doable after that. I know there's one that does intelligence buffing and then there's one that heals. So as long as you take those two, you're good. It's just gonna be a long battle. They started, so from 150 where we had the zombie dancer, right? After that, they kind of ramped up the HP by, I think, times 5 if I'm not mistaken. Because this would be at least 500,000 HP. Because a lot of them are at 1 million, like the starting at 180 with Kirin and Time Lord. I swear, I feel like they have 1 million HP each. So 151 to 160. This is, I feel, doable and global right now, even though it should be not available until maybe 2 or 3 months from where global is at, because that's when where was that? I think close to the finale where we would get Final Empress and Final Emperor. So but with our units right now in global, this should be doable. 160. 170 is a little iffy I was telling some people and also in Sher's chat about 170 where Galahad, Ice Cream Galahad might be able to clear this, because this one is more of a counter stage, and let me show you why. So this is where I used School Bertrand, and School Bertrand literally cleared this battle on his own, but you would need extra help from your other party member, and I'll tell you why. So let me set this up real quick. I'm gonna... Who's a good counter? Hold on, let me... Oh, by the way, Strum Ikonen, he would be able to clear this battle too. Just an FYI. I saw some JP folks being able to do that, so train your Strum Ikonen. So let's bring a Venus, and then we'll do Ludwig. That's fine. We'll do Joe. We'll do Barthélemy and School Bertrand. Nice, congratulations, Silsey. Okay, sorry, Jacob. First time catching it. I don't know much about JP units, so use whoever you think is good. That's awesome. I've been waiting harder content. You think Galahad will do better than global exclusive Bertrand? Yes, so Galahad would be able to do better because I don't know if you saw my video with the solo Galahad versus Galahad with Freezing Spike, because you can stack Freezing Spike 3 times, and you would see how many attacks you would get from this battle. That having those 3 Freezing Spikes would just buff Galahad's defense through the roof, that you won't need as much stuff as you need to. So hold on, let me gear up real quick, and then I'll show the battle. This, yep. Cold, Thunder, and Heat. So I need Blunt. Hey, Blunt. Okay. And then everybody else, you guys can die. Barthélemy, you have your Flame Sword. And then this one for Venus. Okay. So the reason why I didn't put any armor to the other folks is because you only need them to take down Shogun at the back. So the battle goes with Magnate, and then Shogun at the back, and then 2 fishes. You wanted to take down Shogun as early as possible, because he would give heat up to everyone every turn starts. This one right here gives heat up, small effect, and then he would also have a lot of nasty elements with charm, sleep, and poison accordingly. So that's why you wanted to take down Shogun as fast as possible, and that's where your party would be helping the most. So Ord Circle, this one, then Prominence. As long as you take down Shogun, everything else is under Bertrand. He can take care of that, no problem. Yes, I am very overpowered, so I'm sorry. Okay, so now we're gonna do Bertrand. Everybody else is gonna die now. So School Bertrand, he counters direct attack at a 50% chance with Dominant Blaze. That's basically the niche. And because Bertrand does a dark element, wait, not dark, I think heat element, That's why he gets all attributes buff. Let me double check just to be safe. It's this one right here. Okay. So this ability number 1. I'm not alone. Hitori janai. So battle starts BP plus 3. And then when taking sun element damage, you would nullify sun element damage. When taking direct attack, you have a 50% chance to counter with dominant blaze at rank 1. When doing heat element attack, you do an attack boost to self, a large effect for 3 turns. And then when you do a cold element, you get BP plus 1 to self, and then dark element, you buff yourself with all attributes. So that's why you want him to be direct attack, so that the more chances you would do with dominant blaze, and the more dominant blaze you do, the more attributes that you buff yourself, and you also get attack boost as part of it. And then he also has intrinsic. So as if you have seen my other videos, I am a big fan of intrinsic. So yeah, I forgot my inherit, so I should be using frostbite, because frostbite is dark and cold element, and so I would be able to buff myself accordingly. But it's okay, frostfire would work equally. Okay. Okay, so it's just Bertrand now. Anyway, so you get the idea. As long as you gear Galahad properly, you shouldn't have any issues with this. And it takes a little warming up for Galahad to stack those defense boosts. And once that's stacked, you're pretty much set. And cold attack would work well with the fishes and magnate, so no problem with that. But yeah, this is the battle. The fishes would be doing one direct attack, and everything else is indirect. Magnate would do a lot of direct attack and then some indirect attack. But yes, Strum Ikonen easy for this one too. Yes, because he buffs himself with love as well. So whenever he does that dark element, yeah, he buffs all attributes, so that includes love. So that's why his healing just goes up and up. So the best style for this battle is Romancing Saga 1 Monica, because whenever she gets direct attack, she would stack those counter, and for every stack, she would counter with Cutting Lunge plus and then Final Letter. So she can finish this battle in like 5 turns and done. Yeah, but if you're not lucky, like what's happening right now, then you would just die and try again. But definitely up until 170 is, I think, doable from a global perspective. 180 is just a whole different level. 400,000 damage and 4,000 healing to self. Hi, Bertrand. You're awesome. Oh, no problem, Mario. Hopefully the rest of your shift goes by pretty fast. I do this randomly. Whenever there's something interesting that I can show the community. But it sometimes if it's a new content, I do it day one on JP. Sometimes I wait a while. It depends because right now I am on off work for the next couple days, and so I have the time to be able to focus on streaming like I did Thea Rhythm stream earlier. So it really depends on my schedule, really. But it's around this time that I usually would stream Romancing Saga. But thank you, I appreciate you stopping by. Yes, no problem. And if you think of anything after this or whenever, you know I'm on Share's Discord channel. So just find me there and you can DM me for any requests you have. So you can, and we can do that. We can create a video or do whatever showcase or answer your DM if you have any questions. Yeah, I'll do that, Jacob. After this, I wanted to show something first, and then I'll continue with Spiral 230 again. But yeah, this is basically how the battle works. 5,000 healing now with Bertrand. Hi, Bertrand. You're awesome. Have a good rest of your evening, Mario. Thank you again. Anyway, so you guys get the idea of the battle. I'm gonna end this one. So with Galahad, just think of Bertrand doing counter instead of Galahad doing counter instead of Bertrand with, you know, multiple freezing spikes. So he keeps on getting those defense boosts. I'm trying to think as we go through this battle with Beachside Khalid as well, on maybe he is able to do that. I think it's a little risky, but it may work because he has intrinsic, so he has the chance to dodge compared to Galahad, who's just tanking every single damage. But again, Strum Ikonen definitely can handle this, especially our Strum Ikonen has healing for skill number 2. Anyway, so that's the battle. Everybody's dead. I want to show something first, Jacob, and then I'll do Spiral 230. So the most awaited banner in Global, which everybody feels should be coming soon, is the Sarwin banner. And this is who they are. I got, I think, No, I got everybody on the villain because I had terrible luck. Okay, so in the Romancing Saga Minstrel Song banner, there's gonna be a 2 banner. We have Saruin, the villain's banner, which is Saruin, Sheraha, or Shirark in global, and also Death. So my luck on this banner, I pitied Saruin. I got 5 death. So anyway, so Saruin, everybody is hyped for this because basically your AoE farming for Slash and Dark would be covered with Saruin. He does have the 30-30 attack and then 30% mitigate, and then at battle starts BP plus 3, so he can use his skill number 3, and it's a single target SSSS damage. And then at turn starts, he buffs himself with all attributes medium effect. But this is where Saruin stands out, and we're gonna see a lot of this on the upcoming banners after Saruin. Excuse me. So ability number 1, when doing Dark Element, increase damage with super extreme effect. So that's 50%? No, 40%. And then at battle starts, you give everyone Element Enhanced Dark. So Element Enhanced Dark increases damage for everyone with super extreme effect. So again, maybe 40%. And then it lasts for the entire battle. And then you buff everyone with this ability right here, which is whenever you do a Dark Element attack, you would be giving yourself BP plus 1. So everybody in your party who does Dark Element, you know, like Rouge or Judy or whoever else, if they are in your party and they do Dark Element attack, they would get BP plus 1 for every action. So I have to say that it's every action. So for example, if Saruin is in the party and then you have global exclusive Rouge, so you know how the everlasting butterfly is 2 hits, right? It's considered as 1 attack action, but because it's Dark Element, that you would be able to take advantage with the BP plus 1 and the Element Enhance as well. But you would only recover 1 BP out of it, not 2, even though it does 2 hits, because it counts as 1 attack action. And then other than this, for Saruin himself, he has skill number 2, Malicious Wave. So he buffs himself with Element Enhance with super extreme effect, and he can use this 3 times per battle. So basically for Saruin, he would have 3, and then 4. So that's 160, I think. If it's 40%, then it's 160. So, and then with the 30, that's a total of 190 attack. And that's why Saruin is just very, very hype. So along with this Saruin, if you have his previous style, the UDX style, you would have Destructive Blow, and you would be able to cover Dark Element and Shadow Element AoE farming, no issues. But as I mentioned also earlier, once we get Merlot and Syra, the Romancing Matsuri style, this is the only style you would need for AoE farming, period. Everything else is just fluff. So once we get Merlot and Syra, you don't need anything else for AoE farming other than them. So it's up to you. For me, I have used Saruin until we got Merlot and Syra, and even then, I still have continued to use Saruin, not as the main DPS, but rather as a support. So earlier in the battle with Magnate with School Bertrand, I actually had Saruin with me, so that whenever Bertrand counters with Dominant Blaze, he would get an extra BP plus 1. And so that would allow him to be closer to be able to use skill number 3 again. Because that's his, you know, that's what you want him to do. Keep using skill number 3. Sheraha is a tank and pretty good at that too. So she is a tank that can debuff with Bind Sphere. So Bind Sphere is a new skill from a global perspective. It debuffs intelligence and willpower. And then she just constantly casts defenses to herself with Dark Shell, guard up small. With Soro's Soul with defense boost to self with large effect. And then she also gets defense up as a passive. And then she gets a 37% dodge on every attack. And then she would also counter with an AoE dark and cold element. So with Saruin and Sheraha, you're kind of covered with a lot of bases for hard content. You have a DPS and you also have a tank that can benefit out of Saruin. So that's why it's pretty good combo with both of them. And then Death, he can be ignored. He has a lot of insta-kill, but nothing new. What you would want is the Finale Death, which has the defense boost and healing. So that's the one you would want to aim, and that would be a hard content character for a while. Excuse me. And then we have the Heroes banner. So the Heroes banner, we have Minstrel, which is I personally would recommend because of Oratorio. So Oratorio is 5 BP, and then you give willpower buff to everyone with small effect, and you also give BP +1 to everyone. BP +1, just to repeat that. So that's why I recommend Minstrel. Yes, Denny's husbando. And also he gives medium effect attack and defense, I think, to everyone. Let me see. So ability, battle starts BP +2, and then when he is doing overdrive attack, he would heal everyone with medium effect. At round starts, this is like Anya's ability. Round starts BP +1 to everyone, and then buff everyone with all attributes medium effect. And then it's this one right here. Give a medium effect damage and defense mitigate to everyone. So the problem with this Minstrel is he is very squishy from where the game is at on release. So if you use this style, you would need to have extra people buffing defenses in your party for Minstrel not to die as much. But other than that, Oratorio is just bonkers for skill. Personally, I used the Music Fest style and then back inherited the Oratorio to the Music Fest style, and that allows me for passive ailment healing and passive healing and so on. So it's up to you how you want to use Minstrel, but definitely I highly recommend this one. But a lot of people say that his capability was short-lived, which I would agree. But I think that other than the hard content part, I would also do this kind of thing for farming once we hit the 4.5 year. So the way I do this is, if say it's an AoE stage and I want to use Saruin for the AoE stage, but Saruin cannot one-hit the enemy. However, if you do this, where are you, Saruin? However, if you do this, so Saruin is your main DPS, and then you add Minstrel and Anya. Where's Anya? The first Anya. There you go. So with both of them, maybe Saruin would have a better chance of being able to one-shot that AoE stage to be more efficient in farming. Again, it lessens your number of trainees, but that's fine. You'll be grinding so much with free quests that you would be tired and you would be running out of characters to train. So having that setup is also something where I would say Minstrel is usable. And of course, where is it? Let me show you the current event we have. So let me kick out Anya. Let's go for Seimei. And then I'll keep Minstrel, but I'll put in Shire, and I'll show you why. This is for the current event. This one. Okay. No problem, Silsey. Have a good breakfast. I know it's early your time. So this is the current event, and the last node for this current event, it's a one enemy only, and Shirei can one-shot it with his skill number 3. The problem is with his skill number 3, it's 15 BP. He starts off the battle with 14 BP, and that's why you add Minstrel. So now with Minstrel, he is able to one-shot that with skill number 3. And that's how I easily got this event to event level 99. Wait, why did you use that? What happened? Why did he use that? 15 BP? 14. Oh wait, not Minstrel, sorry, it's Anya. Sorry, I mistaken them for each other. I can also do Hardy. The free Hardy has mass power charge 1. Like that. Okay, so this is gonna work now. Sorry. So things like this where you make use of the tools that you have with whatever characters and you would be more efficient in doing stuff. There you go, Samidare. And that's the final node. You just keep on doing that a lot of times and you would be able to have event level 99. Okay, I'm gonna go back to Spiral 230. But I wanted to mention that, Jacob, about the Minstrel Song banner. Because everybody feels like that's the next banner that's coming up. If not, then possibly we go Christmas in September or August with the Christmas banners and then move on to the bunny banner. But I don't know what's coming up in global. It could be a global exclusive for all we know. So yeah. And also I'm not sure whether they're gonna release these new characters for Spiral. We have Yanfan, Oryeb, and Silver Emperor. So Yanfan is more of remembrance, increase martial arts damage for everyone, and then also does healing and stuff. Oryeb is a support that gives a passive buff that you gotta recast every turn. Silver Emperor is more of a farmer. It's fine, Jacob, because if they do early holiday, that only means that we get to have global exclusive, holiday themed characters. And that's always good, I feel. Okay, I'll do a couple more tries for Spiral 230, and then I'm gonna end the stream after. It's already getting late my time too. Were you here, Jacob, earlier when I discussed the party? If not, I can discuss how this synergy works. Okay. So we have Joe, who is on the aggro slot of this party. I want Joe to be attacked because of intrinsic, number 1, 37% chance to dodge, because I have her properly geared. And then she would cast this, Flame Force. So this gives a buff to everyone where if, say, Joe gets attacked, everybody else other than Joe would get an attack boost and defense boost. As you know, defense boost is very important right now where the game is at. So that's why I picked... Shh. Sorry. Hey. Hey. Shh. Hey. Come here. Nobody's there. Nobody's there. Thank you. Alright, sorry about that. My dog probably saw something down where we are and was just alarming us, which is, a good thing. Okay, so Flame Force for Joe, and then Firebringer is Moral Down and Strength and Intelligence debuff. He follows up one Flame Servant guaranteed, and then he can do a second Flame Servant at a 50% chance. And then he also complements Joe because Joe has Heat Element on most of her skills, that whenever she does an attack, that she would get an extra BP +1 out of it. Aslana gives a lot of defensive support to the party with this buff right here. This one and this one. So this one, whenever you get an attack, you would get a damage block to yourself one time for everyone. It would take effect individually for each party member. And the damage block is one time, it would only trigger once. And then after the damage block is done, this won't trigger until the next turn. This one, when you're taking a resist damage, you would buff yourself with Strength, Dex, Intelligence accordingly. And so it's very helpful for the party. Especially it stacks with, if you don't get cleansed as much, you would do really good damage. And then attack boost and defense boost to the party, and intrinsic. So attractive dance. For Shire, it's BP +10. I don't know if you have seen my past video. He starts off with the increase your maximum BP. So he increased that by 10 for 5 turns, and also gives everyone BP +10. So it's kind of like Socho in a way, School Socho in Global, except that Socho doesn't give maximum BP +10, which is fine because Socho's skill is more of a delay. So you would be able to use the BP before Socho is able to recover it back to the party. So which is still usable. So Shire would do this, and then Elised. So Elised is more into overdrive attack. She would keep on stacking this Tutuji no Mai. So this means whenever you do an overdrive, you would follow up with Lightning Spike. So by default, if I don't use any Tutuji no Mai, I overdrive, she would do whatever action I do, so Lightning Spike, and then she would follow up with one Lightning Spike. But if I stack this, she would add an additional Lightning Spike to that. So every odd turn, you would see whenever I overdrive, I would do 3 Lightning Spike. 1 is when I use the skill, 2 from my ability, and 3 from the Tutuji no Mai stack that I did. So yeah, that's the rotation. And everything else, we pray that we don't get paralyzed. One more? Thank you. Welcome back, Silsey. I just run through the party real quick for Jacob. He wasn't here when I explained the party. And then you were here in my past stream, Silsey, so you already know about the minstrel song banner. I run through that when you were away. It's a double banner, villains and heroes. So the other one, other than minstrel, has Mirza and Aldora. Mirza has the 50% chance to heal, and Aldora is more of farmer. Okay, Ord Circle, skill number 1, Muscle Statue, Healing, Tutsuji no Mai. Okay. Okay, so Jacob, this one, pay attention to Ellie said. She would do 3 lightning spike because I have 1 stack, the skill, and then the ability. 1, 2, and 3. Yep. And this is a bad pattern because, yeah, really bad roll for everyone. I lost all the 50-50. For me, Celsi, I want to go for Tatooine and Minstrel. Those are my 2 targets, and unfortunately, they're on separate banners. Yeah, paralysis is the worst enemy here. Okay, cross shot, skill number 1, muscle statue, BP plus 10, Tsuji no Mai. One more? Thank you. Joe, you gotta dodge, or else you're gonna die. Paralyze. GG's. I know, right, Jacob? So yeah, I need a lot of good RNG. Joe dodging, or if Firebringer is attacked, that he is on a dodge stance. It's a 37% chance. And I lost another 50-50 from Firebringer. This is a 50% chance for a second follow-up to happen. Hi, King-san, konnichiwa. なんとか、日本語は読めるで、ちょっとあるです。いやいや、僕の日本語は、なんか、ちょっとおかしいです。毎日に、日本語はもっと練習する。今日は、なんか、小学生みたいのレベルです。Okay, Ord Circle, this one, Attractive Dance, Attack, Lightning Spike. No follow-ups again. Where's my spectacle portal? Yeah, low roll for everyone. I lost all 50% Chen. Ah, arigatou gozaimasu, King-san. 僕はロマサガ RS の日本版と海外版はプレイする。Twitter のポストで毎回のガチャ編の日本版との変更のお詳細で毎回でTwitter にポストする。Even turn. Muscle statue, BP plus 10, Tutsuji no Mai. Okay. Ah, 230回はちょっと難しいです。僕は夏スタイルのアニャとオレとではないです。だからこの戦いはめっちゃ難しいです。アニャの体力と精神のバフでめっちゃ便利です。このボスの術攻撃で麻痺はあるする。麻痺と気絶。シーザーズブレイク。エッグの戦いはシーザーズブレイクの技。このボスは同じの技はあるです。だから気絶も危ないです。Attack. And then lightning spike. Oh, Joe is... Okay. We gotta heal Joe next turn. Where's my follow-up, Joe? Come on. One, two, three. It's okay. Google Trad? What is a Google Trad? Still see. That's 1000 damage. Yeah, Joe is dead. Translation, you mean? Yeah, I'm extremely thankful with Google, with the Google Translate, or else I wouldn't even learn certain Japanese words. アルカイザーはあるです。でもユリアンと T260 はない。でもこのパーティーはなかなかいいですよ。さっきのなんだっけ、さっきのバトルは50半分 HP が半分ぐらいでまでのI ran out of Japanese. Hold on. さっきのバトルは、半分 HP は、た、出しました。Yeah, I'm trying to learn new words, Silsey, as I try to speak in Japanese. I'm really bad. ごめんなさい、King-san. いっぱいの、言葉はまだわからないです。だから、Google 先生は本当に助かりました。Oh, I forgot to do lightning spike again with Ellie said. It's okay. Yeah, so Silsey, what King-san is saying about Julian. So a lot of the clears on Twitter posted has Julian as the aggro spot, and then Joe being on whatever, because Flame Force is still very helpful, and then with Julian countering with Star Rush Plus, that he buffs everybody and also does the multiple hits, and so it allows you to reach that 15 hits requirement on odd turn, and that's why King-san was asking about whether I have Julian or not. Okay. So it's either Julian, Dread Queen, and Summer Anya. 大丈夫です、うまいです。Yeah. ありがとうございます、King さん。イゴマルなどありますか？イゴマルもないです。上辺のガチャは、上は天井を入手する。そして、ガチャは、バルテレミも、入手する。でも、イゴマルはないです。Yeah, that was the fattest banner I did, Silsey, because I didn't get Igomal, and I had to pity Joe. I had so much off banners in that pool. Yeah, King-san made a good point with Igomal, because if you have the attack down, and then you can also keep on using that with Wicked Rupture, that would be a good thing to do. It's fine, it's part of the gacha. Muscle statue, BP plus 10, Tsutsuji no Mai. So, Silsey, King-san is super duper nice. He mentioned about Daijobu desu, umai desu. That means it's okay. Because I said that my Japanese is a little weird and I don't know a lot of words just yet. And I mentioned earlier that Google has been helping me a lot. But what he meant by, Daijobu is okay, right? And then umai, what he means by that is, it's pretty good. Something like that. That expression. Because it can mean two different things, which makes it funny, because umai means it's pretty good, or umai means the slang word for delicious. Delicious is oishi, right? And then you can also say umai, which is like a slang for that. But if you're describing something of a situation and you say umai, that means it's pretty good. Yeah, I learned that. I was wondering why people are saying umai to me. And then I learned eventually that they meant that in a good way. Because all I know before umai was delicious. Okay, we break this. Yay. Okay. Nobody gets paralyzed, please. Nah. Okay, Joe, you need to heal yourself later. Okay, I gotta heal. I had no choice. Andragi and Tsutsuji no Mai. Elisedo wo oret wo ente mo dameji wa arimasu yo. そうですよ。俺とはめっちゃ強いです。でも、俺とはいないです。でも大丈夫ですよ。頑張ってください。頑張ります、この戦いは。Okay. We survived. Okay. Word circle, skill number 3, attractive dance, attack, lightning spike. I don't have spectacle gate. That's sad. Two? One more? One more? No more. Nice, 4 hit. So we should break? No. I need one more. One counter. I need one more. Okay, I'm not scared of spells. Don't defy weakness just yet. Did I just jinx myself, Silsey? That was too funny. I said, don't defy weakness. What did Waterlord do? Defy weakness. Okay. This one. Muscle statue. BP plus 10. Tsutsuji no Mai. Hai, gambarimasu, King-san. One more? One more? Run's dead. Ay. Paralyzed. It's okay. Ay, Mahi wa sayaku da. Oh well. It's okay. I'm gonna try again next time. Okay, it's getting late my time. It's already 10 p.m. So again, thank you so much everyone for joining this stream. Unfortunately, we didn't clear Spiral 230, but it's okay. We had fun, we laughed, you know how ridiculous it is, and we learned about the banner, how they do, and also some stuff to look forward to from a global perspective. King-san, arigatou gozaimasu. これから、配信は終わりします。And then for everyone, I wanted to reiterate that if you are able to, please, if you want to help and are able to help the people in Maui, please redirect your donations to the Hawaii Community Foundation. They have this Maui Strong subpage And I also added that in the video description where you would be able to donate, and they are actively helping people in Maui who were affected by the incident. And again, thank you so much everyone for allowing me to be able to do that. And please note that donations are all voluntary and there is no pressure at all to donate. My main goal with all these streams that I'm gonna do in the coming days is more of a campaign and to spread the word about the Hawaii Community Foundation and the Maui Strong effort. Again, who were here earlier? I think I had Mario, and then Luna-san, Silsi, Jacob, and then now King-san. Thank you so much everyone for joining this stream. This is Arado signing off. Hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. See you in the next video or stream. Peace and love. King-san, arigatou gozaimasu. Mata yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Alright, have a good night, Silsi.